Okay, in this video, we are going to see how to create these structs, right? We saw a video, I did a slideshow, we talked about structs. Now let's create a quick program on structs just to show you the basic idea. So here on the right side, I'm going to go over to the LOHS folder. I think I have a folder called structs where I want to put all our code. Okay, now on the left side, I have some code that I'm going to copy and paste from because I have some code here. Let's go ahead and create a file called videostruct.cpp. So this is not quite project 2, but this will just help us get started with struct. And I'm going to go here and just copy parts of it. Okay, I want to copy the struct from there, and I'm going to put it here. So this program demo structs IOStream, CString for char arrays, and file string. We're going to just quickly see how to load from file. And what I have here, let's have a constant, the same stuff that we had before, constants for our max car. So const int max car equals 101, I said. So let's put that in here instead of this max car. And I don't need this. I don't have a genre. In our case, we haven't used any genre, but what I did was I had year instead of quantity. So we'll have that same thing that we've done before. So there's my struct. Now, when I create a video object, it will have a title and year. I could have more stuff, but that's all I want right now, right? You will have, if you create a song type, then you will, with artist, name of song, artist, and you would have duration, okay? So then you could have duration in minutes and seconds, and they would be ints, right? So whatever we want to put in there, that's our data type. So we create it however we want it. I want to create it only with 2 data members because it's easier to demo, and that's all we need to learn the stuff, okay? Now, what we are going to do is we are going to go to main, and we are simply going to see how to create a single struct, okay? I can get my curly brackets all right. There we go. So I could say video type, which is the name of my data type, a video. Let me call it a video like that. So now we have created, now I have no constructors, nothing in here. Okay, this is just plain old struct at this point in time. A video is one video that I have created. So I can go here and tell the user, enter the name of the movie. And we could do cin.getLine, and you read it into a video. Don't just do title. Title by itself doesn't exist. It's now part of a struct. You have to have an object for title to go with. So a video.title, comma, max car, right? That's how we read a char array. We know that. Then you tell the user, enter the year of the movie. Okay. Put a space there. I'd like to have a space there. Okay. Then you read it into a video.year. Year by itself doesn't exist. Remember, it is part of a video. Member access operator, right? Okay, that's it. We have read it. Now print the contents of a video. Okay, see out. Remember, we cannot do this, a video. If you try to do that, it will give us an error message. We cannot print it as a whole. We have to print dot title. I'm just going to print it with a semicolon in between, passage character, and a video dot year here and there, right? That's how we print it, one member at a time. Okay, that's it. Main is done for me. That's all I need to do. I have a struct. I created an object called a video of type struct, and I read values into it from the user, and I printed it. So let's go over here. I'll use this window for right now to test this code out. So let's go to that folder, cd lo star / what did we call this, struct. And And if you look here, there's my code. There's nothing there. Oh, I haven't saved it. Okay, save it. Not like that. Escape, escape. Save it. Okay, now I might have something in here. There you go. So I compile it. I have my shortcut in. So if I just do G plus video struct, then it will compile it for me. /video struct. You run it. Enter the name of the movie. I like The Lion King, as you can tell. The year of the movie. Put it in that year, and there you go. It just prints it. That's all my program is doing right now. So we've created a struct, and we've read something into it, right? One video. Okay, let's do something more here. I want to go back, and I want to go back to my other in class code /review, where I have my other file, so I can steal some code from it. Okay, so now let's do a little bit more. Let's actually see if we can, instead of one video, right, we can create an array of videos. And instead of doing everything in main, I can create functions. I can add constructors. Let's start with the constructors. How about that? Since I said we were going to do constructors. So you go into your struct and you say, I want to add constructors. And if you recall from our slideshow, our constructor should have the same name as my struct. That is the default constructor. Okay. And there is my constructor with parameters. Okay, so we can put our constructors and then we can do our implementation, or we can do our implementation all in there in the struct itself. So we'll see how to do that. Const char new title, that's going to come in, and int, that's a char array, so it's got to look like this. Actually, just like that, because it's a parameter. Int new year of the movie. Okay, now if we're going to do the implementation right here, we can do it all here. Okay, so what does the constructor do? We string copy into the object that is getting created, title, from new title. Yes, and then the number of characters. So copy from new title into title. Title is my member here. Then we take from new year, and put it into year. So that will initialize the object. And I do the same thing here. I take away the semicolon. And here I'm going to string copy, string cpy, into title, no title, right? Because there's nothing coming in. So I wanted to say no title. That means it's a brand new object. Max car. I think it needs that max car. Like that. Year equals 0. So there, my two constructors have been done inside of the struct. Now let's come here. A video is getting created, notice, with the default constructor because it's got no parameters, right? Let's come here and create, actually let's create it up here. Video type, my video. Let's pass some values to it. Happy feet and some year, right? So that will get created with the other constructor. Now, now that I've done that, let's actually do this. Let's have a print function. So I don't have to have multiple print statements. If I write one print function and call it, it should be able to print the whole thing, right? So void print data. It should take a struct object, my video type. It's going to take a struct and it's going to print it. That's it. That's all it's going to do. Video type, and I should give the name of the struct, any video. It should take any video and print it. Okay. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to write this function, print function. void print data. It's a void function. Print data, any video of type. Video type is the data type. Any video is the parameter name. And what I'm doing here is I'm going to copy this and I'm going to put it down here. There's my print function. Now I'm going to go here and delete these 2 lines. Well, delete that. We'll just call the print function there. How do we call the print function? Print data. Who do we pass to it? Maybe first I pass a video. Then I call the same function again and I pass my video to it, right? Same function. All it needs to do is just print it. So if you come down here, if you look at it, if I pass a video, it prints it. And here I should say any video, right? A video is not my parameter. My parameter is any video. So I should say print any video. Okay, like that. Okay. Let's try this again. Insert any video. Insert any video. Okay, I'm already in insert mode. Okay, there we go. So any video is my parameter. It should print it. Okay. All right. So let's try that. Let's come here to this window, quit out of here. Go back to my LO folder, to my struct folder, do G+, exclamation G will bring back my G+, and I have problems. Okay, so string copy doesn't like 3 parameters, so go to my string copy and remove the 3rd parameter. String copy does not need 3 parameters. Okay, get rid of that, and the same from here. Okay, there we go. All right, anything else? Any more string copies? Okay, save it. Let's try it one more time. Okay, there we go, better. Now if we run it, video struct, enter the name of the movie. This is for the first movie that we are creating. So there, the first movie is Lion King 2010. The second one is Happy Feet 2010, right? The first movie was created with the default constructor. And the second movie was created from, where are we? Here, in main. A video was created with the default constructor. My video was created with a constructor with parameters. Okay, so we are going to be creating structs with parameters. Okay, let's take a look at one more thing real quick. Now we have one video, right? How do we create an array of videos? So let's look in this file that I have here. It's very similar. I will just use that and show you rather than change all the code in mine here. So if you look at video struct.cpp, it's very similar code. It doesn't have constructors, which is okay. But if you look here, instead of creating one video, the difference between this on the right side in main and this on the left side is this has an array of videos. You see, I have an array of 10 videos. Instead of creating one video, I'm creating a list of videos. And what I'm also doing is I'm loading from a file, which we are going to do in project 2, which you've done in project 1 as well, right? So we're going to load from the file into this list of videos. So size is starting at 0. And I open the file called video.txt. And I'll show you what it said in that file. It's just a list of videos like our previous example. The file doesn't open, we exit. If the file opens, we call this function called load data, which takes this in file, which is my file stream parameter. It takes the list of videos, which is of my type struct, right? And the count size, which is starting at 0. So if you go to load data, here is my function, list, video type list. List is an array of my struct video type. Size is coming in by reference, so it can keep track of the number of videos that's getting loaded from the file. So I get the first data, then I use that to check my while not in file. I do my ignore because I use .get. If you use .get line, you don't need to use ignore. but we do need to ignore after that. I read the quantity, then I ignore the semicolon, I read the genre, I ignore the new line. This is very important. At the end of every line is a new line that we ignore. I increment size, I go on to read the next line. So this function just goes through and reads data from the file. When it's done, it comes back and I call the print function. The print function takes that same list and the size, because the size now tells me how many lines of data I have loaded from the file, and I simply go through and print it. So if we look at this executable, first let's look at the text file. I guess it's called video.text. There you go. I have a bunch of movie names followed by quantity and a genre in there, right? It's a little different, but that's okay. Nonetheless, it's the same data. I believe I have an executable called ./video. That's what that's doing. Or maybe it's not doing that. Well, let's try it and see what that does. Okay, so let's build video struct g plus video struct. Okay, let's clear and run that. Should load from the file. So there we go. It loads from the file and it prints it. Pretty much that's what my code does. My code doesn't ask for any user input. It doesn't do any of that stuff. It simply, my main simply says load data, print data. So all it does is loads from the file, prints. Okay, there we go. Okay, so it loads from the file, prints from the file. So I've shown you two different things. We are going to combine both of these. We're going to create a struct with constructors. We are going to create this list of videos, and we're going to take all the menu from the first project, very similar to that, and we're going to put it all together as project 2.